You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans, it's your weekly prediction edition. We are going to talk about Claire Newman being absolutely horrified that she is the reason for Victor's current vendetta. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and as always, our predictions are based on recent episodes, promos for the week ahead, and official CBS soap spoilers for the week ahead. We have got predictions for Sally and Adam, for Claire, Victor, and Jack, and also for Sharon and Chance. And hey, if you haven't, please click subscribe. Let's dive right in with our first prediction. Sally wants Adam back, but he is probably going to screw it up by being too close to Chelsea. So Adam had been trying to talk to Sally after she called it quits with him, but it seemed like he, to me, abandoned it pretty fast. Now, maybe that's because he really does want back with Chelsea, or maybe he thinks that's what Connor wants, or maybe he just thinks he finally burned that bridge with Sally. But in conversations on Monday, it looks like there actually is an opening for him. So on Monday the 7th, official spoilers have Sally talking with her friend Audra, and they're discussing what they want. And of course, Audra wants to get Glissade back from Kyle. And Sally is talking about Adam. And, sounds like she still actually wants him. You'll hear more on Monday, but Audra suggests that Sally remind Adam how good they were together so he will forget any feelings that he has for Chelsea, which sounds good. However, last week, Adam was picking at Chelsea saying she doesn't love Billy. She was grateful he saved her life. And there's a difference between gratitude and love, which certainly there is. And Adam has been suggesting a reunion with Chelsea. I think he suggested it at least 2 times, maybe 3 times. She has run off, the first couple of times and then argued with him saying that he was ruining things with her and Billy. But Adam feels like he's writing her a reality check. Like, this is not your guy. Whether he's right or not remains to be seen. But Sally is interested in him, and it sounds like she might circle back around. Adam actually could have a shot to put his relationship back together. But if she sees Adam or overhears him making a play for Chelsea, then that might really be a deal breaker that could send her towards Billy. We'll see how it goes. Our second prediction, Claire is going to be very upset to find out that Victor is targeting Jack for something that she caused. So on Monday, October 7th, Kyle is being pretty ruthless about getting Audra fired from Glissade. And Claire was kind of questioning Kyle about him taking joy from someone else's misfortune that he caused. And at first he thinks she might be jealous because of his past with Audra, but he tells Claire not to be, but I think it's more than that. Claire told him she's seeing red flags, And then on Tuesday, October 8th, Victor causes more mischief for the Abbotts. If you remember, Kyle stole a Jabot formula off Diane's laptop for a product they're developing, and that's illegal. But Victor's pretty glad about it. Of course, Kyle wouldn't give him the formula until he fired Audra, and he did that. So maybe this coming week is when he puts it in his hand, and then, Victor announces the launch or something. We'll see how it goes, or has Glissade do it. But by Friday, October 11th, Jack is offering Claire a history lesson. Now, he could be telling her about, his and Diane and Kyle's troubled past, things like that. Or he could be explaining why Victor has pulled Kyle so close, what he's up to, and exactly why. I don't even know. I'm trying to think if Claire knows that Grandpa Victor owns Glissade. I don't think she does, but I'm guessing Jack is going to tell her. And the bottom line is Victor is coming for Jack and coming for Jabot and targeting Kyle because of a brand new feud. The Abbott Newman feud had really chilled out, but this new version of the feud started over Nikki's drinking and Jack giving up his own sobriety. You remember trying those pills again to get sauced with her to prove that she needed to go to rehab. And nobody else in the Newman family thinks Jack has done a bad thing. They all think that he did what he had to do to get Nikki into rehab and, shake her till she had some sense about her, and it absolutely worked. But Victor, I don't know if he's just hurt that Jack saved her when he couldn't, but he is focused on Jack because of that. And Claire helped trigger Nikki to start back drinking. Remember, she and her Aunt Jordan were the ones who pushed her off the wagon. So if you look at it, Claire put that vodka IV in Nikki. Nikki fell off the wagon. Jordan was taken down, but then Nikki came back to town, kept struggling, couldn't get clean and everything. And it all traces back to Claire's actions. Now, yes, Jordan was making her do it, but Claire was very heavily involved. So I do think she is probably going to want to intervene, but we'll see how it goes. Our third prediction, Sharon's bloody, tampered evidence doesn't fool Chance. So on Monday, October 7th, Sharon lures Daniel and Lucy out of their apartment, to me, in a very cruel way. She's got Heather's phone and she is texting Daniel, offering him the phone, saying that she found it. Of course, they don't know who this is. And Chance talks to Daniel, and Daniel tells him he doesn't even know how they got into Heather's phone to send the message because it's, password protected. So it's just kind of horrible that Sharon, A, already killed Heather, and then B, is like tormenting Daniel and Lucy with this. But they leave to go meet this mystery person who, of course, doesn't show up. She sneaks in using Heather's keys, hides the bloody rags, Heather's phone, and her keys in this cabinet in the living room. And then Cameron is telling Sharon, be sure to call in a tip to the cops. So in Sharon's addled brain, this is going to get Daniel arrested, and he'll go down for killing Heather, and she'll get her vengeance for Cassie, whose death, let's be plain, Daniel didn't cause. So then on Tuesday, October 8th, Chance warns Daniel, and it may be something about, some people might think you're the suspect or something because the boyfriend, the husband's always the suspect. Nick finds himself caught between Sharon and Phyllis, who are facing off. Once they know it's foul play, I think Phyllis didn't have the knee-jerk reaction to think it's Sharon, but I do think that's going to dawn on her. And by Wednesday, October 9th, Chance is digging into Heather's murder investigation. And by Thursday, October 10th, Chance is questioning Sharon. And he does say something in the promo about testing or looking at Heather's cell phone records. They can triangulate where a phone is located based on the towers it pings off when the messages go. And if you remember, Sharon sent a message to Daniel from her house, and that should have pinged the tower at the Newman Ranch where Heather's phone never should have been. So Chance questioning Sharon is very interesting. She has no alibi. She has made recent threats against Daniel and his family. She's been involved in public scenes, and I'm sure Phyllis is going to tell Chance all of that. So I think despite Sharon planting that evidence, Chance is not going to be fooled, and he is going to have to bust his ex for this killing.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.